Legends on Paper, an eclectic group of longtime gamers with a passion for Dungeons & Dragons. We're not voice actors, professional gamers, or paid performers. We're regular people, just like you, except that we'll probably make complete fools of ourselves along the way as we attempt to have fun and entertain. If you enjoyed tonight's production, please follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our channels on Twitch and YouTube. And most importantly, don't forget to tell all your friends. Thank you for joining us on this epic journey as Legends on Paper presents the greatest adventure. Welcome to Legends on Paper. We are in a new year, 2024, and starting session number 31. Wow. And it's been a doozy. It's been a great year. Thank you all for joining us and grow with us as we continue on in this crazy adventure. Hopefully we will keep these guys alive long enough to continue another year with the same characters. But, you know, hey, if we got to change them, we got to change them. Things happen, characters die, new ones come along, but we roll with it, and we're having fun, and that's the important thing. I hope you are too. Tonight's session, we pick up with our heroes. Last session, we'll start there, with the Queen of Tartessos having safely navigated through the Strait of Hate, squarely into the arms of a terrible storm. Narke, the ship's navigator, did his best to keep the ship off the rocks, jagged as they were, of a nearby island, but even his experienced hand could not save them. Ultimately, Captain Josiini gave the sad order to abandon ship, and while the Queen of Tartessos was ripped apart by gale-force winds and jagged rocks, our heroes and crew took their chances with the roiling sea. Their only hope was to make it to the sandy shore, where some of you might have sworn you saw a tall woman in flowing gowns holding a lantern high, like a strange beacon of welcome. And that's where we pick up tonight. So, let's bring you on the map.
Where's the beach monkey?
We'll go with the overview. So,
it's D-Day.
Even sadder from a bird's eye view.
The aftermath.
We're on the beaches of Okinawa.
When it didn't go as well as expected.
The wrong beaches.
Which one
Failed
is Kevin?
landing.
They're all gone.
Kevin's gone.
Look at all those children.
No, Kevin. The flash of lightning and boom of thunder, salty water choking every breath. The sea churning all around, lifting and falling. Desperate cries in the darkness calling for ambivalent gods. With every moment that passes, the sea saps your strength just to keep yourself from drowning. Still, you reach for others. They call for you. Hands grasping, begging for salvation, only to be torn away by the violent tug of chaotic swells. Then darkness meets darkness as your fortitude finally drains away and you surrender to fate. Here you are. Sometime later, sand under your body shifts with the rumble of hooves. Sunlight assails your eyes as you squint in the brightness, but see nothing before there's only darkness once more. Ghastly faces of people you once knew plague your mind with delusions. Pale, listless faces, their features contorted and devoid of life with arms outstretched, as they sink slowly into the cold depths of the great sea forever. Then there's a sensation of moisture that cools your face in broad strokes, taking the salt and sand from your skin, revitalizing your lips, melting away the crust around your eyes. There is sand beneath your back. You feel the dry grain sifting between your clenched fingers as you slowly regain consciousness. There's less of a struggle to open your eyes in the shadow that blocks the intense sunlight. And as your vision returns, the image that resolves, hovering above you, is that of a broad-faced boar with a shiny wet snout between a pair of huge ivory tusks, licking away the sea from your face. "So, you finally awakened," a brusque woman's voice calls out. "Children, give them space so they can collect themselves." The giant boars move away, at long last giving you a view to the beautiful sky above. Let me get these new creatures on the map.
Oh my.
Good thing you kept talking, because the reaction to seeing a boar on my face would have been different.
Well, he is not eating your face,
Yeah,
which
well,
is
that's
good news.
No. She would have licked it back.
Oh.
no.
No, she has a new wild shape.
That's true.
Bold of you, assuming
From boar to bear.
Can I pet that dog?
Or from bear to boar.
Bear to boar.
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No.
Can I pet that dog?
Hal, you hear a whispered voice not far from you. Right here.
God damn it! Of all the things to not get lost at sea,
They float.
To be fair, we don't know what's been lost at sea or not.
To be also
That's
fair,
true.
Kevin has emotionally more invested in the survival
Why
of
is
this guy.
Dakir naked? None of his stuff.
These little guys will have to explain it a minute.
They're just out there rolling. In.
Oh, he's rolling.
This is what rolling in the deep means.
Oh, no.
they're
Oh, no.
they're chilling.
Enjoying
Look at the
themselves.
fate, it's unboardable.
Think they're
It's a Fantasia movie. They're just out there blowing little fountain water spigots out of their mouths while they bath.
You hear the whisper, Hal. Don't let her know I'm sentient. She'll want to keep me. Shh. I'm just a box. He goes quiet.
Well, good thing I'm surrounded by nothing but boxers. He says internally.
Make an intelligence check.
Oh, no! Just a straight
He
intelligence.
says in a loud, booming voice.
What?
Heard back on
Oh,
Tartessos.
shit. Will 4 do it?
For just a moment, as you regain consciousness, you're genuinely confused as to which box that Gabe was talking about.
Oh, no. Wait, was Kevin the dark brown one or the less dark brown one?
He is silent. Whatever it is that he's picked up on, he's just gone dark.
Yeah.
So what are you guys going to do?
I get to my feet if I can, pushing the boar away.
Yeah, they're moving off you. They're not, they were licking your faces when you came to consciousness, and they just kind of backed off at her command.
I'm stumbling a bit because of the stand and my hooves.
Okay.
Where are the kids?
You're getting up?
I'm getting up.
I'm also getting up and nonchalantly, lightly kicking the boxes around me.
And I'm looking for my ship and my crew.
I'll pet the pig.
Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. Okay, so you're all standing up? Okay. So, you asked the question, I guess you're looking around?
Yeah,
or-
I look around, I take note that our party members are here, but where are the kids?
Oh, they probably died.
No!
It looks like most of the crew did too.
The children, though. I'm gonna look towards the boat.
Common reaction. as you look toward the boat. So, just what's in your immediate area first, the beach. You can see that the snorting boars begin to gather around their mistress like doting children, like they're waiting her next command. Obviously, the storm has passed, leaving debris washed up all along the sandy beach. Further out, the sand, the sad remains of the Queen of Tartessos creaks against the pointed rocks jutting up from the foamy waves. You see several giant boars swinging on their backs, balancing salvaged crates and barrels on their bellies as they bring them to shore. You don't see on the beach or toward the ship or in the water, and the ship is actually further away than what you see on the map. It's not that close to shore. It's probably another 150 yards or so. So it's quite a distance out there, but they're bringing these barrels and crates and salvaging from the ship. But you don't see any bodies floating in the water or hanging off the ship or on the rocks or on the beach.
Are there any obvious horse hoof prints as opposed to pig hoof prints on the beach?
Roll for survival.
All right, I will. Is a natural one good or bad?
Not great. What you do see is it looks like a preponderance of cleft hooves all over the beach, as if these boar have been here a long time and they have been up and down the beach, just like almost as if it just, as far as you can see where the debris is, just covered the beach and the boar prints. They all look the same, these huge, massive hooves that they walk upon.
I'll look over at Josiini.
I guess your girls are dead.
So Josiini would have some kind of special whistle that she could do. I can't do a whistle. She would do it to see if she can get a call in response to see if there's any crew around.
Silence. I've been here for a while, You're the only ones I've seen come out of the sea.
Well, who are you?
You look over, you see a tall, lean woman with long blonde hair. She's appears to be very confident in her posture, and she wears a pale sea green gown under a delicate blue hooded robe studded with glittering patterns of stars. My name is Kirke. Pleased to meet you all.
Thank you for not eating us.
Well, I do have control over my children, and certainly would not allow them to do any such thing to survivors upon my shores. Welcome to Aya.
As soon as I heard that she said that the board, or that the children weren't there, I start ignoring her and just seeing if I could scan any bodies out at sea.
Sure.
Anything floating.
Yeah.
Anything that's,
roll
not
perception.
a pig. Yeah, cool.
As I said, they were kind of moving away and gathering around her.
Oh, fuck.
Enthusiastically, you see them kind of nuzzle her hand and lick at her and just anything they could do for approval, apparently.
Perception?
Yes.
21.
21. Okay.
22.
Looking out to see if anything floating in the water, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so aside from a few barrels and crates and lots of debris that's kind of still coming out in the current from the ship itself looks like it is likely never to sail again. You may not know that, of course, but it's in pieces. The frame of it's still there, but much of it's missing. But specifically for what you're looking for is you look at the ship to see if there's any bodies on it or in it or around it, the rocks, the water, no bodies whatsoever. You see none.
I'll approach and ask, how long has it been since you found us?
Well, I saw your ship last night in the storm. Struggling, I held the lamp high. This has not been the first time, you understand, that we've had visitors to our island, though you are the first ones that have arrived alive. I am pleased to say. I could use the company. So I have witnessed the entirety of the event.
Did you see the girls die?
I have only seen you come ashore. All of you crawling up. I sent my children to help you as best they could during the storm, but they cannot go out into the ocean, of course. But once you reached the land and we realized that you were living, we brought you further and let you rest until you became conscious yourself.
Well, all right then.
As this conversation's going on, I'm just wading out into the water, trying to get to the boat.
Again, it's a good 150 yards or so out. It's not as close as you see on the map.
Yeah.
So it's out there. You can swim if you like.
Oh, now he wants to swim.
If you're going at if you're slowed down by the water at all, I try to go up to catch you on the shoulder.
Yeah, I'm trudging through, but you can catch me.
Mm-hmm.
I have to make sure they're not there.
They're not. I looked. They aren't floating anywhere. No bodies. No bodies. We would have seen something.
Damn it!
That's not a guarantee that they're gone. That's
If
a
the sharks
guarantee
ate
they're
them,
not
they're
here.
definitely gone. Are there sharks here?
I suppose there are. I've seen a fin or two in the past.
Oh, yeah.
I do
they're
not
gone.
swim in these waters. They're way too rocky
We look
and
around the
violent.
outside. We look around the rest of the island. We circle to see if they ended up somewhere else ashore.
I assure you, if they had come ashore, I would have seen them.
Okay, you're right.
Oh, I guess you probably can't hear what you guys are saying. Sorry.
It's just, why does this always happen? Even when I try to do something good.
Maybe you're a bad person.
Thank you, Hildegard. I'll just follow Kiva back to shore.
Wait. Wait, just hear the.
She's talking to them.
No.
While Hildegard's the one there.
Stretch her breasts 30 feet.
20 years.
I know.
She probably stretched
Did
her
I
ear to us.
find Kevin? Did I find Kevin?
I was about to get to that. So as you're walking around kicking the different boxes, one of them kind of goes,
Oh, there's my rock collection. And I pick it up.
okay. Weighs only 5 pounds, as you recall, and all the memories fled back to you.
Yeah.
This is Kevin. But his face has disappeared.
Yes.
He looks just like a regular box.
All right. Talk him under my arm. And I'm going to see the Kier screaming in the distance. I'm going to start heading over to their direction.
My hair is wet. I have this especially emo look going on as Kiva walks me back to shore.
There's
Rabbit.
Evanescence playing in the background.
Yeah.
Sad boy music.
Yeah, really.
Rabbit. Whenever
Yes.
if you're about to do something great, otherwise, I have a very dumb question.
Sure.
Would a centaur is part horse? Does that count as an animal?
He's considered a humanoid, or Sylvan, actually. Sylvan.
Cool.
And so
the
that's
answer's
an
no.
elf.
I'm cool with the answer being no. I just have to ask the dumb question.
Yeah, how would it be?
No, he's not a beast.
Are you going to do some...
I was gonna do
No.
some bullshit, but not that bullshit.
No, yeah, he's not a beast.
turn into them?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. You didn't.
Save us, Dekir!
Well, seeing
Back
Dekir's
to
broken
Kiva.
heart,
Yes.
Hildegard, in her great font of empathy, will realize that Josiini is probably sad too, so she'll say,
They're there. They're there. They're in a better place. Unless a shark ate them.
We'll find them. They have their wits about them. I'm confident that they made it to shore somewhere. And she'll look and see how far down the shore she can see.
So looking down the beach, it's actually pretty extensive. How far you could walk up the beach, and it kind of curves away in the distance, both directions. You can see that the rocks are not only in the water, but a lot of places you can see them kind of clustered up on the beach itself, and then further inland. Looking inland, you can see that the shore breaks upon the wide sandy beach that climbs to a forested tree line, which is broken by more clusters of rocks and boulders. There's a single paved road that you can see that leads from the beach into the forest, where there's a gilded chariot pulled by 2 horses that is standing idly by. In the distance beyond that, you can see that there are high ridges and rocky elevations that silhouette against the deep blue sky beyond. So this must be a fairly large island.
Elevation that if you got to, you could see back down to the wreck.
Oh yeah,
and the
absolutely.
beach around it.
Yeah, if you could climb, yes, to those elevations, sure. It would be quite a distance, just from what you can see now. You probably have to travel inland a mile or two before, you were able to climb to a higher peak.
You should both just stop thinking about them. In the same way that you're looking for them, if they were here first, they'd be looking for us. If they haven't found us, they're dead.
My girls would know to stay on the beach and send a smoke signal or make a fire or something. They wouldn't wander too far.
What if they die?
They aren't dead.
Well,
Fuck off.
Some people die.
DM, how long did she say it has been since we crashed? Since we...
She didn't say specifically, other than she saw you.
Saw us last night.
Yeah, she saw you during the night, and that she's been there the whole time. Right now, it looks like it's mid-morning, but there's no sign of storms. I mean, obviously the storm has passed and went through quickly. Even much of the sand is just dry above the surf.
Okay.
Josiini would go to Dakir and tell him that if we got high enough, we'd be able to see if they've built a fire or somewhere further down the beach.
Right, of course. We should try to find high elevation and look around.
Kirke looks over and a boar, just this huge boar. I mean, they're big as a horse, but shorter. And they've got, of course, the big...
Like the cure.
Bigger than me.
Yeah, actually...
I'm a small horse.
You're a Shetland pony.
He could ride a horse.
As he calls over, please allow me to treat you as guests. My house is not far. There's warm food and a place to rest.
We need to find those that crushed with us. That takes precedence over our own comfort.
I will send my children out to see what they can find. I assure you, if any others came alive onto our shores, we will find them.
I don't know.
I am the only one that lives here. There is no other inhabitants.
On the entire island?
Well, yes. This is my island.
Are you trustworthy?
I believe I am.
All right.
How
are you?
Do I believe that?
Roll.
Can we all get an insight on that?
Sure.
Why?
You can
She said yes.
20 total.
20, okay.
Yeah.
I believe her.
You believe that she believes what she's saying.
12.
17.
Not even rolling.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, she seems very confident what she's saying. She seems very truthful.
I believe her, but I don't feel right taking comfort before we find the others.
By the way, you are under 4 levels of exhaustion right now.
Oh, that was good. That would be good
So-
to know.
You
Wanted
should have
to make
told us that one before we started rolling dice.
That is...
Golly.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Because everything you're rolling right now is a
shit.
disadvantage.
Okay.
But just so you're
one level
aware,
away from
I
death.
almost forgot. So after shipwreck and struggling through the sea, 4 levels of advantage. Yeah, I was right.
6 is death.
We should probably rest.
Oh,
Yes.
I feel like I could take half as many hits as I normally do.
I say that and then take a few steps and collapse.
Yeah, so you basically have half your hit points. Everything's a disadvantage. Your movement is half.
That's 5.
What?
5. Oh.
No, that's 4. It's up to 4. Yeah.
5 is 0.
5 is 0 and 6 is...
5 is kill me. Please, somebody. Kill me so I can roll a new
So you're
character.
feeling rather weak and exhausted and
Jesus.
I guess we can regain our strength first.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
she motions to one of the boar. Take some of the others and find what you can. Clear the beach, bring the salvaged goods to me. They belong to our friends here. I am not in a position to steal them, and I would not do so do not worry about that. Only if you choose to leave something with me would I accept it. In any case, go on, see what you can find. And the boar, one of the giant boar, and 3 others go trotting off in different directions down the beach.
Before we leave, do I see any of the crates that look like they would have like the cartography stuff, like any of Narke's maps and such?
They would be kept in a chest.
Kept in a chest.
Yeah, or something that's waterproof, maybe. But go ahead and roll a perception and see if you see anything around that might.
Oh, I rolled the same number twice. 13.
13. Okay.
Josiini, you're not very good at labeling your cargo.
Are you guys close enough for her to hear your discussion? Are you gathered around her at this point, or because she's basically been yelling?
I imagine at this point I've been like helping
We're, like,
our
30,
collapsed
40
centaur
feet,
friend
depending
up
on
and
the-
like
Don't forget to
help
bring
you
Kevin
lug
with
yourself up.
Thank you.
Yeah. So as you look around, you do not see
Emotional support box.
you do not see the container that you might recognize as
Okay.
holding his maps.
That's just a quick. I'm not making a huge event of it. Okay. Kirke?
Yes. What is your name?
Name's Howell.
Very pleased to meet you, Hal.
I would say pleased to meet you as well, but I'm currently fucking tired.
I can imagine. I can offer rest.
Are you going to eat
Appreciate
us?
I don't intend to eat you.
All right.
Are you going to chop us up and feed us to your children?
Why would I do such a thing?
People.
Oh, you look like fine people, and you are twice a day. I tell you, I have not seen a twice a day in some time.
Well, they're all dead, I think.
How long have you been on this island?
Oh, I have been on the island since I was a little girl. But why don't we talk about that once we get back to my home, where we can all just relax and partake in some food. You can regain your energy and get some rest. And if your friends, I assume they're your friends that you're speaking of, if any of them are found, they will be brought to us there.
I find her agreeable.
I don't see a choice. I'm too tired to fight.
One night.
Well, maybe 4.
2.5.
2.5.
Do you have a cart or something to carry us? Because I feel like this is going to take quite a long time to get back to your place.
Why don't you drape yourself over one of my children here? And she kind of pats one of the giant boar on the the thick bristled spine in the back, and it rushes forward and stands ready for you to just kind of drape yourself over.
Oh, yes.
They're hard to ride, I'll give you that. That's why I have my chariot. But if you just drape yourself over it,
I'll just...
yeah. And it's very
go live.
coarse skin. It's rough to the touch.
I like how it itches.
And it's very amenable to you jumping on top.
What's its name?
This one, well...
Yeah, Ravik. What's its name?
You can't...
No. Now that you ask me that, I have to think about it carefully, because it
I
does
know
have a name.
exactly who this is fucking based on. Yes, you do.
You can't give us 13 adorable animals and not expect
She
you.
had drinks in a warlord.
What?
No, we're not her enemies.
Is this Tertius Island?
Oh, is those the
Kirke.
Oh, you guys think you know so well.
Camille called that.
You think you know so well. We'll see.
See, in my head, I first thought Pinocchio. Those were donkeys.
Oh,
This one is Sigrid.
Sigrid.
Sigrid. Sigrid? He is one of my favorite.
Lovely. Hello, Sigrid. Take me to where we go.
Just kind of up and falls in line, ready to move on when Kirke
Give you a
moves.
tired look.
How many seats in that chariot?
do you want to try to mount
One,
it?
and it's not a seat. It's one that...
All
it's
right, here we go.
Just an actual chariot.
Yeah, it's a small chariot, narrow chariot that she walks toward it. She hops up on top. Any of the rest of you require assistance back to my home?
I'll take a warthog.
I'll be fine.
I'll be helping him. I'll be doing it the long way. Be there in a bit.
Do we have...
I've never rode a pig before.
Are you sure?
Well, not this kind. There was a pirate once.
We all remember Hildegard.
I think the pig...
Josiini
rode
laughs at that because even in her state, she still appreciates it. Dirty. An innuendo.
Just a quick check. Do I have all of my equipment, my clothes?
Yeah, you've got everything that you had strapped on.
Cool.
I know you guys had
satisfied.
taken special effort last session to say that you were making sure you had everything with you. So no, you didn't lose anything. Miraculously,
Cool.
in the storm.
Well, for launch, I was mostly bare, so all of my stuff was just like not in this plane for a while.
Shall we go?
Well, you're in your own form right now.
Right now,
So,
yes.
yeah. Okay. So she mounts her chariot and just slowly begins to head down the road. It's a paved road, very well paved, smooth. Looks like it was. You could find this type of road in any advanced civilization around the world. A road that you would find in Lioness or Ease. Somewhat surprising to find it here and no other civilization about. As she leads you forward, most of the board follow, except those that she has given instructions to go in other ways. Looking for your friends. And as you twist along the road, she chats casually with you. So where are you from? Man, first, let's have introductions. I only know Howl. Day. What is your name?
Oh, my name is Hildy.
Hildy. Well, I'm very pleased to meet you.
Well, only for now.
And the one who dresses like a pirate. Not a pirate, are you?
I'm a captain,
Well, you were.
formerly of the Queen of Tartessos.
I'm sad. And your name, please?
Josiini.
Pleased to meet you, Captain Josiini. I hope we find your crew intact.
Oh, we shouldn't give her our real names in case she's evil.
Too late.
Oh, yeah.
Are the two of us like at the? Are we even in this conversation? Because these guys are all draped overboard. She's on a chariot, and I'm kind of helping him lug himself.
Yeah,
along in the back.
she's moving very, very slowly.
My move speed is still 25 at half.
And a centaur. How unusual to find you in these parts.
In my delirium, how tall is she compared to Hildegard?
No, she's not as tall as Hildy by any means, but she's easily close to 6 feet.
The Kirke of Clan on a gate. Formerly, I suppose.
Oh, you gave her your government name.
That's quite a story, I think. Perhaps you'll tell me more when you've rested.
I probably won't.
And the wild one, I know you're a druid. I can look at you and tell.
Kiva.
Kiva. I am pleased to meet you. How we've met. And what is this strange box that you carry upon the board that you are draped over somehow?
That's Kevin.
I call it Kevin. I'm going to keep my rock collection in him.
Oh, well.
He's a pain in the ass. He doesn't like anybody.
That's not a very nice thing to say about your friend Howl.
Why would you say that about me, Hildegard?
I was talking about
Hildegard,
Kevin.
why would you say that about me?
Oh,
I am too tired for this bullshit.
How is Howl the most coherent one among us?
I'll be honest, I've been exhausted since I was born.
He's just used to this state of mind. This is his road right here. No.
Somehow he seems more clever.
Yeah, I don't. Is it my state of mind or not? But he seems intelligent.
Yeah, for once I'm thinking clearly.
So where were you all coming from?
Oh God, where are we coming
We were
from?
traveling through the Strait of Hate.
We were in Freetown. Freetown?
Oh, we were at Ease.
Freeport?
I came
No,
from
wait.
Marius,
You've been around.
and then there was Remy. That was not good.
I think we're going to Gaddy's? No. Wait.
No, the children were going to Gades.
Well, that's not going to happen.
You have children too.
Young centaurs like me.
I think we left them in the ocean.
That's what we're
Here's a
looking
sad
for.
tale.
They're probably dead.
Hildy,
They're probably not dead.
thank you.
They probably swam away to the new island to be ponies, and they were very happy. The end.
How is that worse?
Like, I go to answer you, and then I just shake my head and don't say anything.
We'll find them and get them home like I promised.
Thank you, Captain.
Well, so you made it as far as through the Strait of Hate, only to find yourselves broken upon my shores. And what was your destination? I'm curious.
What was our destination?
Freetown.
Josiini, you were driving.
We were coming from
Freetown's isn't our final point.
No.
That's where we
That's where we
come
came
from,
from.
I think.
Oh, I don't even know.
We're very tired. Ask us this after we've rested.
I feel like we haven't been focused in
Port
weeks.
Frantic.
I feel like it's been at least
Where are
2
we going?
months since we've been on that boat.
I can see you are exhausted.
Metagaming. We're going to Quarth, right? Like, that's our ultimate goal.
think
But
it
that's
was
not where
Quarth.
we're landing.
I think it is.
That's not where we're landing, though.
No, we're going to Quarth.
Why don't I have that at all written
So
down?
just as a reminder, yes, I can do that.
Lucius. I have.
I need to see the names.
If only I had
We're
a
seeking
notebook.
Lucius and Quarth.
Oh,
Yeah, so Quarth is the kingdom.
Yeah.
It's also the name of the. Yeah, Quarth is also the name of the capital of Quarth. So Quarth, the capital of Quarth, and then Port Frantic is the main port of Quarth.
That's
Wait,
where
so
I
are
was
we
dropping
going-
off
Are we?
genius.
Are you dropping us off at Port Frantic and then we go by land to Quarth? Is
Yes.
that what our plan was?
Yes, the initial plan before you lost your ride was to go to Port Frantic, where you had it was like a ton or 5,000 pounds of ore
Silver.
that you were
Oh,
going to.
shit.
Yeah, that's
That probably weighed the ship down.
Yeah.
and
Or do you?
and then
The ore man
Josiini
is
was
not
going to
gonna
take
be
the juvenile centaur back to Gades while you guys continued on up to
Right.
Quarth.
Right.
So
That's what I told you guys.
Yeah.
Heading to Transalpine Gold.
Thank you.
so that minor aside. Port Frantic is a wonderful port city. I'm sure you'll enjoy it once you finally manage to get there. Hopefully you won't carry anything too valuable in your ship that you expected for trade, assuming you're traders and not pirates. Either way, no matter to me.
Once
Have
we
you
were,
been to Port Frantic?
Why don't we just let you rest? We're almost to my home.
How does she go?
And
She has a ship.
Evasive.
that's what I was about to ask.
And then once you have time to relax and eat some warm food, I'm sure that we can discuss more about your adventures and mine.
Just gonna keep one hand on my sword
But at the rate we're going,
and one eye
how
barely
long do you
open.
think before we'll get there?
So you guys have been trotting along slowly for about 20 minutes. And within the next 10 minutes or so, the forest suddenly opens and reveals a field of green grass, wherein the dominant feature is a stone house connected to a stone outbuilding, surrounded by a crumbling stone wall and a small pond. There are lovely gardens that frame the property, lending it to a very country rustic look, appeal with old world charm. Kirke stops her chariot in front of the gate where the road ends, steps off and gracefully walks into the wide grassy court. There you can see a long table set with enough place settings and polished chairs for each of you and her. Welcome to my home. Please make yourselves comfortable. Kirke casually walks to the centermost chair, sits down and throws her legs over one of the armrests of the chair. The large chairs. Hers is almost throne-like.
The Mad Hatter's Tea Party.
Yeah, kind of. And that's going to require a big map change. So we're going to go ahead and take an early break. And I'm going to get the new map on the board here. And see where this
Queen of
rolls
Tartessos.
next. So see you guys in a few minutes. All right, so welcome back. We've got a new map on the board here. Kirke's courtyard. And as you can see, it's a beautiful courtyard with lots of lush gardens and trees and very, very quaint building, stone structure, which is their home, presumably, as well as the outbuilding, where it looks like it's devoid of a roof, or at least much of the roof no longer exists, probably where the giant boar sleep at night. And there's a small pond where more regular-sized boar seem to be swimming and enjoying themselves within the pond. Apparently these are boar that like to swim. In any case, as you have arrived here, she has taken her seat at the table, just kind of tossing her legs up over where is she? Oh, there she is. Over the side of the. Well, let's just move on over. Let's get that away. Over the arm of the chair itself, and there are places for all the rest of you to sit as well if you like. She just kind of gestures to the chairs. Please have a seat.
Is all the food already there?
No, there's no food there.
I'm gonna sit down at the table.
Hildy will sit at the table, but all the way at the end, away from her.
I'll sit right next to Hildy.
All right.
And just move the chairs out of the way if you want.
Yeah.
I'll give you a look, Kiva, and then if you.
No, I'm on the end.
Sorry.
Like the head of the table. There you go.
Yeah,
I'll take the other head at the table. Next to the box of rock.
Well, one side of this table has a lot of prestige.
Kiva, you want closer to her, or you want me to?
Kiva's just gonna stand there and face her.
Yes! You know what? Fuck it! I'll just sit across from her, just
Kiva,
because.
you have 4 levels of exhaustion. Sit down.
I am! I do! I sit in a chair.
Okay.
On directly.
All right, that's fine. You just see her smile. The consummate host, and as you all take your seats, the giant boar begin to trot out bowls of thick soup. They clumsily hold the edge of the bowls in their teeth. The brothy liquid just kind of spilling over the side onto the table, onto you once in a while. And by the time the bowl gets placed in front of you very clumsily by these boar, maybe half of what was initially in there remains. Yet, they seem eloquently careful with Kirke, never spilling a drop near or on her. And then they repeat this odd performance with mugs of ale. Kirke just smiles affectionately at them as they do their best. Forgive them, they are trained well. They do what they can. We're not used to visitors so often. I mean, shipwrecks are not an unusual thing, but sadly, we never have guests that arrive with them as we have today. She sips at her broth. She drinks the ale.
It's up to you whether you do or not. Put her head down on the table and go to sleep.
I just like.
It's delicious.
Hildy will look up just long enough to say,
A Hoffman poisoned me once, drugged all of us, stole all our stuff while we were sleeping. You shouldn't eat food from strangers.
I'm too tired to care.
she goes back
I
to sleep.
accept her hospitality. She seems fair.
What you do find as you took the drink the
Yeah.
anybody else?
I did the soup, not the ale.
Okay, all right.
I did both.
I haven't. I'm like currently.
Okay,
like,
so the two of you that tried the stew, it's delicious, filled with vegetables and chunks or strips of pork, like pulled pork.
Are you sure?
No,
Long pork.
no, but it's
that's
delicious.
uncomfy.
And
Aren't you vegetarian?
she eats. I mean, you can easily push them aside if you want. You know, they're large strips of pork.
You definitely swallowed some.
I probably did by accident, but he just pulls the rest out and drops it on the table and goes back to the broth.
And as you finish your bowls, the boar bring more to you. As often as you want for your fill. The same with the ale. So, as we dine together, tell me more about what you were doing, traveling to Port Francis, was it? You asked if I had ever been there.
Yes.
I have, but I don't remember it. I was very, very young. It was before I found myself here.
Do you have a means of transport for us if we find our compatriots?
Well, that might be difficult. You can signal the passing ship, or you can try and repair the ship that you came on. I don't know much about ships, so I don't know how possible that is. Or you can use a salvaged wood to make a small boat, and perhaps that will help find your way to the nearest civilization, or the coast, the main coast anyway, where you could, walk to where it is that you want to go.
I thought you said this was an island.
This, I'm saying that you could take a small boat, too. So I know you're tired.
As she finishes that sentence, Hal kind of snaps up. I need to use the toilet. Is there a restroom around here?
Just over there in the trees is fine.
And he's gonna get up and he's gonna kind of like hold his stomach and like waddle off into the trees. And when he's like out of earshot, he's going to sit down, and start praying, and he's going to take the next 10 minutes to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. All right.
Hal looks smarter when he's under 4 levels of exhaustion.
Something didn't smell right about those balls.
For the rest of you, as he's gone for so long, she makes a comment. I hope your friend is okay. Do you want to check on him? He's been gone a while.
I'll do it. I got it.
I'm going to bed.
Is there somewhere I can wash fresh water?
Oh, absolutely. The pond yonder is perfectly clean. Don't mind the boar. They won't bother you. You see, they're smaller than the others.
I'm gonna go wash my face and my hands and freshen up in the water with the boars.
Okay. And as you find it very clear, clean water. You can see that there's a little burbling toward the deeper parts of the pond. It must be fed by some spring or some underwater river. Or
do I think it looks clean enough to drink?
From what you splashed on your face, you roll a perception.
It's only 20% more pee.
Yeah, like an aquarium.
19.
Yeah, so from what you splashed on your face, and it feels very clean, it looks very clean and clear. It looks like you could probably drink from it.
Alright, I'm gonna drink a bunch of water.
Okay.
Very well-groomed boars.
It does taste fresh and clean.
And not even slightly a boar piss.
Maybe a little gamey.
So, with one of you going to...
Oi, Hal, did you drown in your own piss?
Since it takes about 10 minutes, about like what time? About how far into
Yeah, toward the end of it. When it seems like it's been a long time you've been in there.
I stagger over and then I assume I can clock what the fucking ritual he's doing is.
Well, you see him
holds up one finger.
Yeah.
There you go. You see him focusing. So,
and then as soon as the spell completes, sorry, I had to poop real quick, as loud as he can, and he walks back to the table.
All right.
I'm sorry about that. I've been holding that in since line X, probably.
Wow, it's all.
Didn't even clean it up.
I dug a hole. Can you fill it in real quick? I'm sorry, I owe you one, Keeper. I'm just so tired. I can't walk.
The ball will take care of it. Don't worry.
Thank you.
What?
The balls can. Where's the one that I wrote on?
Well,
Where's
they
Sigrid?
do each.
Which one is Sigrid?
You can make a perception check.
I was asking her.
Oh, you're asking her.
Which one is it?
Oh, this one over here. And one comes trotting over toward you.
I'm gonna give him like a little pet scrunchie. I'm gonna say, "Oh, your mama's a nice lady, isn't she?"
Sheesh.
Oh, Yes, yes. She brought us here. She's taking care of us. She's a good person. Thank you for the ride.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna lean in very close and whisper, "Are you okay?"
Me, the DM, or are you talking to the...
No. I lean over and
We
whisper,
already know you're not okay.
"Are you okay, buddy?"
It kind of touches his wet nose to you and doesn't lower its... Well, I mean, to you, you're hearing snorts and the movement and all that, but it doesn't whisper. It seems incapable of that, but raising a... And what you get out of it is, I feel fine.
Do I believe the boar?
Roll insight.
Yeah. I want you. Oh, I probably believe the boar. 9.
You get the impression that there's more to say, and then maybe it's being polite.
Being polite.
Yes, it's being like overly polite, I should say.
See, Ray, you're a good boy. I like you.
I aim to please.
And can I fit? No.
How can I talk to you?
I don't have any more.
Why do you understand me?
Oh shit, great! I like you. And
Seems very
gonna like
confused.
tussle it. Can I touch your tusks? Are you gonna let me?
Right.
And I'm gonna grab him. I'm gonna give him
And
like
he's like,
a little tug of war. Oh, good boy.
hey.
I'm gonna go eat now.
And you see Kirke just kind of looking at this whole thing going on.
I like animals.
I do
I
too.
used to have a dog.
He's well mannered, very well mannered.
Yeah, incredibly well mannered. He seems really smart. He's very responsive.
Hey,
Smells just like you.
he's been with me longer than any.
Really?
He has.
How old is he?
Oh. This one. Cigarette, how old are you now? He just... And, 14.
You can speak to him?
Of course I can.
You can understand him?
As you can.
Kiva, can you do that?
I'm still over, like, just not. I'm just done. I think I'm like curled up under a tree and just like have decided I'm done.
He's got very responsive body language. Completely playing coy, pretending, keeping up the charade.
Well, I think we should celebrate. Celebration to our new friendship. Ah, look, here they are now. And you see the other giant boar emerge from the outbuilding, balancing these delicate glass flutes on their short, on their tusks. They have short handles on them, and so they're just kind of balance at the tips of their tusks. And each one of you, they kind of just clumsily place, but manage not to spill too much of it. A little bit sometimes goes over the edge. In front of each one of you. This is a delicious cider made from the apples here on Aia. She raises her glass to new friends.
Where do you get the ale and the cider from?
Well, I'm quite the alchemist. So I have certain capabilities that I've had to learn over the years on my own here, and brewing ale and making apple cider are two things that I can do well as the stew. You don't think the boar did it?
No. Sigrid, did you make the beer? Did you make the cider?
Nope.
What did he say?
He said nope.
Oh.
I didn't read it.
No, I said that to Kirke.
No.
Kirke, what did he say?
She translates it. No. He's a good fellow, but not capable of such things.
Okay. Maybe one of his brothers did it.
Kirke also knows that you spoke to them.
Does she?
She said
And so can you.
just as you can, or whatever, when you pointed out that she could talk to him.
And then he played dumb.
Yeah.
Is it a play though? Because he played.
See, that's
Smarter than all of us right now.
You hit it. You hit
Yeah.
it right there, Spencer.
I'll raise the glass, but I'm not going to drink it. I'm not celebrating until I find my crew.
Okay. Well, she drinks it. Full on.
I'll drink it just so I can back to sleep.
All right. So just Hal and Kikir.
Yeah, I do the thank you for the hospitality, and then I try to, and I like go to drink it, and then I pass out and I drop it.
Okay.
I'll probably do the same.
Okay. All right. So sitting there,
Hildy's still asleep.
as the rest of you start to doze off. Well, you're already kind of sleeping on the table, and Josiini, you said you were. You.
I'm back at the table, but I'm not drinking.
Okay.
I need to keep my wits about me till I
Okay,
get my
so you're
food
still
back.
alert and involved in how.
After I drink, I'm gonna finally dig into the stew, and then probably I'm gonna stay up just for a little bit longer.
Okay.
Just like once everybody's asleep.
Okay, she's still just entertaining and having food. More bowls of the stew brought over if you wanted ale. Doesn't have any more of the cider brought, as that seemed to be a celebratory type gesture. Kiva.
Oh, I am fully out on at this table.
Okay, all right. And Kirke.
It's gone.
Okay. All right. So just the two of you at the moment. She seems perfectly alert, of course. As she obviously didn't go through the same thing that you did. As she looks over all of you, well, I need to talk with your Day friend for a bit, if you don't mind.
That's your funeral.
I will warn you. Protect yourself. She's quite grabby.
Oh, well,
Is Hildy asleep?
Hildy's asleep.
That's what I said. You wake her up if you want to talk to her.
Okay, so if you would like, any of you that care to sleep more comfortably, can take the outbuilding there. There's lots of blankets that are clean, and there's hay on the floor, and well, not hay, but it's like branches, soft branches and leaves and so forth, that you can find a space. It's quite large, if you like.
I could go for some fresh linens. It's been quite a while.
I'll follow you.
Okay. You too?
We're obviously unconscious at this
Yeah,
table.
Okay, so you guys are right there. So you guys go on in. And as you go in, you see that it's pretty much as she described. It's reasonably clean, surprisingly clean, considering the animals that live here. You get there. Boar generally have a very strong scent. It's very, very.
Pungent.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't say pungent, but very strong in here. But it's an open air.
They're pungent.
So it's open air, so there's a lot of breeze moving through. There are stacks of blankets that are nearby in one corner, and there's lots of stuff on the floor. That basically just so you can sleep softly rather than on the hard ground. So there are no boar in there at the moment, and so you have your pick of where you'd like to rest.
Yeah, I'm taking this corner, Josiini. You can have everything else.
I'll take the other corner, an opposite corner. And I'll put a little hay in my ears to shield from snoring.
It is thunderous.
Make a con save.
Yeah, I figured.
Both of us?
No, just
We have that at disadvantage, right?
yes.
Okay. So that'll be 17?
Okay.
Yeah, 17's low.
And Kirke, make a con save.
What did I do? All I did was drink.
Yeah.
12.
Josiini and Kiva make a wisdom save.
Sorry, my mic was off because it
that's
fell.
a nat
12.
one.
That was my con save.
Natural 1, that's not a
that's-
save.
Actually, surprisingly good.
That's the opposite of save.
Where did my pencil go?
Oh, I picked it up. Sorry.
Oh, it went that far.
Well,
I got a
Keith-
15.
Just fell.
A 15? Okay. All right.
I mean, it's probably not enough, but it is surprisingly good.
Okay, so Dakir and Howl, both of you, I mean, you're already asleep, and you fall asleep very easily to a very comforting doze into a full sleep. The same with Josiini, as you fall asleep very naturally. Kiva, you're already asleep. So you two are still at the table, Dakir and Kiva, whereas Howl and Josiini are in the outbuilding.
You see her decapitate Hildy.
Yeah. Kirke's still sitting there, placidly, just kind of looking. Well, none of you are even aware of what she's doing, since Hildy is asleep. But one of the boar come over and begin to kind of nudge you.
I'm up.
I want to talk to you.
I figured you would. Is it because I didn't eat your food?
No, I am a bit offended that that you would feel that you and your friends might feel that I would poison you, perhaps. Certainly not my intention to do so. I have only offered you hospitality, warm food, and shelter. Saved you from the beach. Could have left you there. But I am not one for misgivings or to hold any kind of a grudge. But I do want to know, because I'm a very curious soul, why a twat a day is traveling with such a group on a pirate ship to Port Francis.
Well, I'm looking for something.
Maybe I can help.
Well, I'm not really sure what it is. I'm looking for towers.
Towers?
Yes.
I don't know much about towers outside of places that strange wizards sometimes call home, and
Well, this is probably one of those. I'm looking for a white tower, and a green tower, and a black tower, and a blood red tower.
that is very specific. I would say that I know absolutely nothing about the towers that you're looking for. I cannot help you with that.
Me neither.
But I may know of a way how I can help you. If you're willing to trust me.
Well, you probably could have just stabbed me while I was sleeping, so
I
guess I might as
suppose
well.
if I had a dagger, but I wouldn't do such a thing.
But you could.
True.
I probably wouldn't stab you while you were sleeping, but I could.
Well, that is
So-
good news.
It's a trade-off. I guess I'll trust you.
If you'll trust me, I will take you dream walking and we will find out exactly what it is that you are destined to do.
Oh, I'm not a fan of dreams. They usually turn out badly.
I'll be with you.
Well, I don't know that makes it any better, but okay.
Very well then. Come, sit beside me.
Okay. You're not gonna kill me though, right?
I have no intention to kill you.
Alright.
I'm just curious about you. It sounds like you have a problem that you need help finding an answer to. And perhaps I can help you do that.
I've sort of misplaced the last couple thousand years, and it's a thing.
You do look very old, I've got to admit. I'm quite surprised you managed to get from that wreckage of a ship to the shore.
I'm stronger than I look,
You must be.
because I'm very tall.
You are that. Impressively tall, and that glow of yours is, well, a dead giveaway. But
I
in
can
any
turn
case,
it off if it bothers you.
not at all. So, if you'll just relax. And she just kind of, she takes her leg off the chair armrest and relaxes herself as well. You notice that the boar kind of move in closer around the both of you, almost protectively. And you hear a deep sigh. There's no words spoken. There's no flailing of arms or wiggling of fingers. But you feel your eyes grow heavy. Make a con save.
Well, I'd rather not do that. What is my con save? Oh. 13.
Okay. You feel your eyes grow heavy and you begin to slip into unconsciousness. But instead of sleep, you find yourself suddenly fully awake, with Kirke by your side, facing a blue curtain hanging in midair. When you are ready, you're not in the courtyard anymore. When you are ready, simply pull the veil aside. She lifts her hand, palm up. You can hold my hand if you like.
No, I'm fine.
She'll walk up and pull it aside.
The curtain opens with barely a touch. Beyond it, you see a frosted pane, flickering with warm light.
Does it make me think of my home in Murius?
It does. You're on the outside. You care to walk up and look inside. There's nothing around. Just this. It's just like everything's like a blur, but this frosted pane is clear and familiar. Inside,
Thanks.
a man you've never seen cradles a baby in his arms. Instinctively, you know the baby is a girl. As he stares at the infant, tears fall from his eyes. And then a woman is standing next to him, holding the man tight, sobbing uncontrollably with her head in his chest. You recognize the woman as a young version of your mother. And then the scene begins to blur and shift. And you hear Kirke's voice. These images are not my doing. They're drawn from the deepest wells of knowledge in your mind. She glances down at you sadly. I cannot control what you see. The scene blurs and shifts. Next, you see a world on fire. Cities burning. Huge swaths of earth swallowing up monstrous creatures by the thousands. Even the air appears to rupture and rip it apart in places, revealing black voids filled with stars. In every direction, hundreds of men and women, glowing with intense colorful light, stand among the rubble or fly high above. You can sense the immense power they harness. But even as they consume the raw energy, they release it upon their fellows to devastating effect. The battle rages across many lands, scorching and destroying everything until the scene shifts once more and you're standing in the desert alone.
Can I focus on anything?
You can try.
Okay.
Roll a perception.
All right.
By the way, you do not feel the effects of exhaustion
Okay.
right now.
Dirty 20.
Okay, what are you trying to focus on?
I'm trying to focus on the actual battle. Do I think this is the breaking when the Tuatha were fighting each other? Do I think this is us, the Tuatha trying to control the monsters they unleash, kind of thing?
Yeah, it looks. I mean, you know enough about it. And the glowing figures are attacking each other, utilizing the creatures against each other. This definitely appears to fit that scenario. And so, as the scene shifts, you find yourself standing in the desert alone. It's nighttime. And now you can see flashes on the horizon as the fighting continues. And then you see a man walking through the desert toward you.
Same man?
It is the man that was with your mother, holding the baby. But he seems different this time. He wears a glistening crown upon his brow, and a determined set to his jaw. Only a dozen feet away from you, he stops and turns to face a woman that you didn't realize was there. She does not wear a crown, yet she appears just as determined. Meanwhile, the others that slumber within Kirke's courtyard, outbuilding, we're getting into some shit.
Oh no. Oh god.
Kiba.
Yeah,
with you.
he's doing the thing. He's doing the thing. Fuck.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I'm doing the thing.
I did this to my players before we went on hiatus.
You're sitting alone in a small boat. The sea is quiet and still, despite this vast movement of the clouds above you. It's dark, but not night. The sun hides behind overcast skies. Before you appears a high cliff. You feel a shudder go through you. You recognize this cliff. And you realize there's something in your hand that you're clutching tightly. It's rough and solid, cold to the touch. You open your hand. You immediately recognize the object. It's a sun crystal. Sun crystal is used, it's a rare item that only the greatest Vikya navigators and boatwrights would own or possess. It's used to navigate in open water during the day without the necessity of stars to guide at night. This one seems familiar.
Do I remember who had it before?
You want to look at it closer?
Yep.
Okay.
This won't go badly.
Go ahead and roll perception. Or investigation, whichever.
Facts of exhaustion?
Nope.
Cool, just wanted to make sure.
Nope. You are in a dream state and you don't feel those effects at all.
I got a big tasty 6.
Okay. It's familiar, but it's not until you begin to turn it in your hand that you find runes carved on one side. You can read these runes. They spell Njord.
Yeah.
Immediately, your gaze snaps up to the top of the cliff, where you see 7 bodies hanging over the side on long ropes. Lightning crackles nearby, and the sunstone disappears. Josiini, you stand at the bow of the Queen of Tartessos, feeling the ocean spray on your face, the cool wind in your hair. Your crew, comprised entirely of women, except for Narke, are the finest any captain could ask for. And there's Narke himself at the ship's wheel, guiding your passage to some faraway destination where you'll discover exotic trade that will make you all rich. Something wriggles out from beneath Narke's blousy tunic. It's Taro, Narke's little monkey, chittering happily as he eats a small apple. You watch your crew go about the business of the ship, and you feel immense pride. You may call them your crew, but in your heart, they're your family. And you couldn't be happier than you are at that moment. But the skies darken, as they often do at sea. And your crew's reefing the sails to prepare for the turn of the winds. You didn't even need to bark in order for them to do so. But something doesn't feel right. Although the sea is calm, and the ship is moving at a fine clip, you seem to be slowly sinking. Alarmed, you turn from the bow and shout orders to your crew. The words catch in your throat. They're all going about their business unconcerned. How could they not possibly realize the danger? You feel water lapping at the back of your boots, and you turn again to look over the bow, but it's too late. The bow plunges beneath the waves. You hold on tight to the rail, wondering why you haven't been cast off the ship by the force of the water, but it feels as though you are still sailing. You look back to your crew. You feel horror rise in your breast as your eyes show the impossible. Narke, Taro, and all the beloved women sailors have become fleshless skeletons, glowing red eyes, performing in death the duties they had in life. As the Queen of Tartessos plummets deeper into the darkest depths of the sea, your silent scream heard by no one. Dakir. Standing at the edge of a great patch of scorched earth. You will never leave alone out. You'll never survive alone out there. You heard your mother's voice cry. They're the last words she spoke to you in life, if not death. The creeping disease. Creeping death took them all after you left Gaddy's. You departed so certain, so resolved to prove them all wrong. And you did. So when you returned, you expected admiration, pride, maybe even contrition for how the family treated you when you left. But on the return, all you found was death. That's when you cracked. It was Dinah, your sister, that spoke to you first. She wasn't the last. They all spoke to you after that. Sometimes they never shut up. Why couldn't they speak to you like this in life? Taking a step forward, your hoof stirs the ashes, and suddenly you find yourself falling into water, dragged under by some invisible current, struggling to find the surface. You're suddenly aware you're not alone. Why did you let me die? Sebul, the young centaur that you had saved from the slavers. His face is gaunt and without color. His clothing tattered, eye sockets glare. Eyeless sockets glare with accusation and betrayal. Sebul's centaur companions float around him, all in the same state. As one they speak. Why didn't you return us to Gaddy's as you promised? You have no answers that'll satisfy the dead. You never did. They wouldn't listen anyway. Those poor centaurs, your people, your brothers. They had become just another chiding voice in your head. Hal runs in a field of bright green grass and throws a stick high into the air before it can hit the ground.
I've got a nightmare.
Strong boy leaps up and snatches the stick, almost without effort.
It'll get there.
The dog dutifully returns the stick to his master. The scene repeats over and over. After a while, Strong Boy is gone. And you're standing in the field alone. The air is crisp and clean. It feels good in your lungs as you breathe it deeply. You close your eyes, enjoying the warm sun on your face. When you open them again, there's a woman standing in front of you. Just paces away. She's a raven-haired beauty with tan skin, brown eyes, and broad eyebrows peaked at the center. Their clothing consists of cropped pants, a tight tunic, fur cloak, all familiar. At her waist hangs a sword on one side, a dagger on the other. She's smiling. Somehow you know this woman. Something about her feels so familiar, comfortable. And the way she looks at you is unmistakable. A little while later, Hal has a wet dream. Back to Hilding.
I told you.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Nice.
You don't have any fucking clue. So,
You're the Chiron.
unbeknownst to you, all of you at the moment, this is happening simultaneously. But it's not just happening to you. You are all somehow aware of not only your own experience, but all the experiences of the others taking place, including Hildy's. The man with the crown stares defiantly at the woman. When he speaks, the words emerge in a strange tongue that triggers something in your mind. And you know their meaning. More jarring is the man's timbre and tone. You know it well. This is the voice you knew from the cave. The voice you carry still. Doesn't have to be this way, Cleoda. The woman's eyes are hard and unyielding. You know her response even before she speaks it. You have taken the radiant crown against me, Drogan. We both know that if you use it, it will destroy me and you with it. But know you this, it will also break this world. Everything suddenly stops. The wind, the flashes on the horizon. The silence is deafening. Then the man with the crown, Drogan, turns his gaze toward you. And to your shock, speaks to you through time and a dream. You know what happens next, Digdy. So we'll skip this part. What happens after is most important. Not only for you, but for those who travel the path with you. After you awaken, a voice will be gone from you forever. And I want you to know, I very much enjoyed getting to know my daughter.
Well, I guess goodbye then.
Roaring streams of energy arc over the horizon like colorful tentacles. Some converge on Drogan while others unite on Cleodna. And then there's a white, hot flash that blinds you. Your vision returns. Before you stretches a yawning crevasse, miles deep and steaming with molten earth. The smell of sulfur is strong, yet it's the pervasiveness of pure evil that disgusts you most. There's no sign of Drogan or Cleodna. Only the radiant crown remains.
On my head?
It's on the ground.
She'll pick it up.
As you reach forward, a man appears and reaches forward ahead of you to pick it up.
Is it that fucking Merlin?
No. Although, you do recognize him. Oddly, as you reach forward, so you get perspective, and he's reaching forward, he grabs the crown and then kind of moves through you as he withdraws. As if you weren't even there.
Who is this man that I know?
You recognize him as the Twathaday blood Lugas, the man you called father as a child. But behind him stand 12 men and women with sorrow painted over their faces. You feel a touch next to you as Kirke reaches over to take your hand.
Well, I don't like this part.
It feels genuine, caring, saddened. You know she's there. You can see her there. One of the women steps forward from the group. Her face is also streaked with tears and exhaustion. What do you do now, Lucas? Lucas holds the radiant crown up for all to see and snaps it in half. And then he And then the halves, he halves again. For the crown to become 4 parts. I will take 1 part and build a tower to protect it until the time comes for the crown to become 1 again. He hands a part from the crown to the woman that approached him. Lothrin, you love Drogon above all others. Take this and build a tower. She nods, bows her head. Lugas approaches another woman with tear-stained cheeks, takes her hand and places another part from the crown in her palm. Valia, you're Drogon's sister. Take this and build a tower. Finally, Lugas turns to one of the men and hands him the 4th part from the crown. Take this, Nuada, and build a tower in your brother's name. The scene begins to fade away. In moments, you're standing in the courtyard, facing Kirke. She's staring at you wide-eyed, while the rest of you slumber contentedly. The giant boar standing careful watch.
I told you it kind of got away from me.
She seems a bit jarred. The experience?
Imagine how I feel. I have to live through it every day.
I have to admit something to you, my friend. Shall I call you Hildy or shall I call you Digby?
Well, I go by Hildy now until I figure things out.
Fair enough. I've seen your truth, and so now you shall see mine. I was not shipwrecked here as a small child. In fact, I have never been shipwrecked at all. I came by choice to control my cravings. I was a great alchemist once. I still am. Before I came here, I concocted a potent tonic that could be added to any food or drink without detection. It's not easy to make, mind you. The ingredients are rare, the preparation indelicate, and a certain magical touch is required in the end. Then I realized I was a monster, and left unfettered in society would cause the suffering and deaths of uncounted souls. So I came to Aia, an uninhabited island with rocky shores and frequent storms, and no one would care to settle or explore. For a time, I thought I might starve to death, and only managed to survive on fish and rabbits, and my cravings grew stronger. Finally, a ship wrecked on the rocks near where your home went down. It carried a number of useful supplies that I salvaged from the beach. And there were several survivors like yourselves. I invited them to my home and I fed them the pork soup and the apple cider, and as you might expect, they fell into a deep slumber. And in the morning they woke as something less humanoid.
And then you ate them?
Well, you see, my tonic turns people into boar. As you might imagine, the boar are much easier for a person of my talents to control and feed than people. And when I put them to the knife, they would die before regaining their natural form again. Thus, my cravings were satisfied for a time. Over the years, I have many souls lucky enough to survive the sea, yet to find their unlucky way upon my shores. Some I have altered into the giant boars you see all around. They patrol the island, salvage the cargo for me, and protect my person. They've forgotten what they were once in life. Others I make their new form permanent, even after death, so that I will always have pork stew on hand. But most are altered just temporarily, as the humanoid flesh my children and I dine upon.
Are you going to eat my friends?
No, my dear Hildy, I am not.
Oh, good.
I know I am a monster, but even a monster fears a greater monster. That is why I'll let you live, to go fight that greater monster that requires the might of the Radiant Crown to defeat.
Well, we're sort of looking for that.
But you need a way out of here. And you'll need my help to leave this island. Even if you signal the ship, none would be so foolish to sail close enough to pick you up for fear of the rocks. Unfortunately, I have a teleportation circle that links to another one in a warehouse on the docks of Port Frantic. But I have conditions that you must agree to.
By how?
Do I have to agree to them beforehand?
Oh, most certainly.
Oh, alright. What are they?
First, you'll forget about me and my island, all your friends. This is not just you that's agreeing. You're agreeing for them as well. Second, you never return.
Well, we don't want to come back here.
Third, you destroy the teleportation circle in Port Frantic so that I may never leave here.
I'll tell you a secret. I was already planning on doing that once we used it.
We understand each other very well. Oh, and by the way, you'll have to destroy the Guardian I put there to protect the circle.
Oh, of course we will.
I'm not sure if it will... Well, I'm sure it will be an easy task for the likes of your talented group.
Oh, I'm not going to do it. I stand back and let them fight.
That is a wise choice.
Yes.
Oh, no.
All right.
There is one other thing. That captain of yours, Josiini, I'm afraid that when she awakens, she will not be in her natural form.
Oh, did you make her a pig?
Well, yes, I'm afraid.
I drank pig.
And the fellow Howl with the rock collection. That strange little box that he carries around.
Oh, it talks. It's a pain in my ass. It doesn't like me because I'm a 2 a day, and it said, I won't work for you because you're a 2
is
a
so
day.
racist, and she gets mad at the box that reciprocates.
I can use the company if you'd care to leave it here.
Oh, you can have it.
Why, thank you. But I think that's a choice Howl will have to make.
Well, I have a condition of my own.
Well, I'm not done. I wanted you to be
Oh,
aware.
you have a lot of conditions.
Well, no, but those are I was describing the wrinkle.
Oh.
The wrinkle about your captain, and then the wrinkle
I
with
thought you meant my wrinkle.
Howl, and then the wrinkle with the centaur Dekir.
Are you going to kill him too?
I'm not going to kill any of them. I'm just saying that all three of them, once they awaken, will not be in the same state that they went to sleep in.
Oh.
So,
How long does that take to come back?
well, because the concoction that I created for this particular occasion, they won't ever come back again in their original form.
Oh. Are they
Unless-
going to be pigs?
Yes.
All of them?
They will, not the big ones like you see. They'll just be the regular boar.
Well, can I name them, or do they have to keep their same name?
They know who they are. They understand you completely. They just cannot communicate.
That's going to make Howl mad. But he'll be a pig. I guess there's nothing he can do about it.
But
Just Howl?
Oh, no.
no.
You do. You three.
Listen,
No,
for,
because you said that's going to make Howl mad. So I was like,
Oh, yeah.
just Howl?
listen, for you, it's a half step.
Now, there is one thing I can do, but it puts me at a particular vulnerability. So we have to understand each other very clear and come to the agreement of the conditions that I described, and then I would be willing to trust you enough to put myself in that position.
Well, I'm going to have a favor and a condition of my own to ask.
And what might that be?
Well, the condition is, whether you leave them pigs or not, can you just leave them sleep for a little while? They're very tired. They're very sore. They just went through a shipwreck. Everybody's worn out. Can they just sleep?
I have no intention of liking any of them.
Okay. And the favor, Kiva, she's a pain in the ass, but she's very sad, and she lost her husband. Do you know anything about Victia ships getting stolen? Did you get any Victias?
I only saw what it was that you saw in the dream, and I know nothing about Victia or ships. I've been on this island a long time, and although I obviously have had the means to transport myself back and forth to Port Frantic, it's only been for necessity. I'm not a worldly person.
I know a pirate. He can help you with that. He's only got one leg, and he wants, well,
I would find that amusing for a while until I got the craving. And then I would probably eat the poor fellow.
That's fine. I don't know him. Just know about his leg. It'll fit most any place.
Oh, God. I don't even want to ask.
She knows.
So do we agree on my conditions and yours?
Well, yeah, that's fine. I just don't know what I'm going to tell my friends.
Well, I guess I should ask you, are there any that you would prefer not to return to their normal state again?
Well, Josiini's nice, but I don't really care about her. I don't know her very well. We just kind of rented her ship. And then I bought a bunch of silver, and now it's all out in the bottom of the ocean, so I'm kind of mad at her. She can stay a pig, I guess. I like the other two a little bit. Mostly Kirke.
Oh.
He's kind of stupid, but that's probably because he's only part human.
Clementine will remember this.
None of you are actually hearing any of
No,
this.
Gus is Clementine.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can save Howl and Kirke.
That was an
I think
obscure
Kirke is very
reference.
sweet. He just doesn't know
I'm
it
glad
because
you
he's
did.
very sad.
You must be very, very sure, because I have one effort to make. I am going to have to cast my most powerful spell to
Okay.
return them to their original state, and I can only do it once
All right.
before I am completely exhausted for some time.
You can keep the pirate, but I'd prefer you don't eat her. Make her one of your slaves. That's fine. But give me back Howl and Kirke. And
Very
Kiva, because you didn't make her a pig.
She will awaken normally, as you would expect once.
Well, you can leave her sad then.
There's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately.
I don't think she'd be happy if she was happy.
There are those in life that travel that path as well.
All right. I like those three, and the pirate is yours.
So I bid you good night.
Oh.
I will prepare my spells
I'm
to
going
take
to
you.
sleep too, but don't turn me into a pig. I don't know if that was on the table. I probably should have said me. I don't want me to be a pig either.
Okay.
All right.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Even if she's happy, I don't think she's happy.
No, I said
I don't
she
think
wouldn't be
she would
happy
have
if she was happy.
That's the most that's the most accurate thing I've heard.
Oh, God.
Very unintentionally philosophy.
So are you going to sleep right there at the table, or are you going to
No,
go
I'm just gonna go to sleep at the table.
Okay. No, you quickly, easily fall asleep. I mean, you're exhausted.
All right.
And,
That's the new snore.
yeah, now that you're all asleep, none of you are conscious, you have no idea what's going on. Things happen during the time that you're sleeping, but as you awaken after
Shit happens.
8 hours of resting, probably a little bit longer, considering you're just completely exhausted, you open your eyes to twilight of the evening. And Kiva, you wake up sore and kind of, you remember your dream. You're feeling that sinking in your gut from what you learned. But it's up to you whether you believe it to be just a dream or something real. You also remember everything else.
Except that last conversation.
Yeah, except the last
Yeah, I got that. Except that bit where you damned one of our party
The moment he told us that we knew everything, that's what was happening after that point.
Yes. One question. First question. That sunstone is that something that I actually physically had, or was
You
that...
wake up with a sunstone in your hand, and it's the one that you dreamt of.
Did I have this before? I think I believe what happened in the dream.
As you come awake, you're surprised to find your hand clutching it tightly. It's there. It's real. It's exactly as you remember it.
You guys don't exist right now. I reach into my bag to see if I can find cord. If I have to, I'll just rip a cord off of my bag and just tie it as a necklace sort of thing.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Just to have it on.
Yep, you can loop it through. It has a hole in it. It's how they're commonly carried.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Do that.
And it's got the name on it that you recall in the runes.
And then quietly say to myself, what if I find you? I'd find you. And then I look around and do I see any more? Do I see any?
You see a few of the giant boar. You see a small boar next to you. One comes trotting out as you awaken, the three of you. You feel normal. You can see this. It's evening. You've slept all day. You're feeling the exhaustion has gone away. But as you start to become aware of yourself, you realize you're not what you were. You look at her, she looks at you. Both of you are regular sized boar. You see Kiva awakening.
Oi, Hildy! Hey, have you seen the rest of the party?
I'm running directly
Do I
towards you.
see
and I'm
my shit?
frantically.
Good God, no!
Do I see my
Down,
stuff
boy.
around me?
No. It's like part of you.
Just go. Just eat the shit outside.
Turn to the boar, and I'm going to, in the new boar language, Josiini?
She just looks like another regular boar to you.
Can we talk?
You don't recognize her as Josiini.
Right, but I'm shouting out Josiini.
You recognize her as a female.
Yeah. No.
But they don't have names.
No. Howell is calling to Josiini, who was in the room when we went to sleep.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're snorting.
That's right. Yeah.
Can I?
Does she understand?
Can I
what I'm
understand him
snorting?
now that I'm?
You see a boar that's freaking out, snorting wildly.
We can't even understand each other.
Oh no!
You understand. If someone were to speak to you, you'd understand it.
We don't understand.
You don't realize you're boars. I mean, you don't have the mind of a boar at this point.
Okay.
At this point.
I heard Kiva calling me. I'll wake up.
So when he says my name, though, I don't recognize that.
You don't.
So, the snorts aren't translating to us.
They're just desperate snorts because that's all your vocal cords can do. But you don't know how to control your movements, and that's not part of who you are.
Okay.
Your brain in a boar.
Howell
Trying to figure out how to use 4 legs.
Howell the boar is going to, like a mewling little animal, gonna try and stand.
Animal Farm.
And he's going to have a light bulb go off in his brain. And he's going to attempt to sit back. He's going to sit back down. And he's going to his way for 10 minutes till he casts Speak with Animals.
No.
He's trying to.
Can he do it without
It's verbal somatic.
verbal or something? Yeah, no.
Which that's a weird thing to me because he's a barbarian. He kind of gets that thing. That, you know what I mean? Like the verbal somatic thing of the barbarian's ritual thing, spell casting.
Yeah, but he would have You're in a. I don't think you would even have command of the vocal cords understanding enough, that you could manipulate it in that way. Maybe if you were in that state for a long time, then that would be different, because you would understand how to, utilize it more properly. But right now, you're just really fucking confused.
All right, fair.
I'm gonna rub my head on the ground to try to get the coarse hog hair to cover one eye like this. And I'll look at you.
Oh, so he can give himself emo.
I'll come in.
It's easier than casting a spell.
I kind of grumble my way through it anyway.
Can I make an insight check just to recognize emo?
You can roll an insight.
I don't expect anything.
Kiva's given me enough shit about my hair that I figure that's.
And a regular boar is not tiny. I mean, they're man-sized, but they're not the giant ones.
Are we rolling with disadvantage still?
No, you're not. You're no longer under any effect.
We have no exhaustion at
I'm
all.
so glad the druid with the spell that she never uses is the one that's still awake.
Hey,
and
don't
normal.
forget I'm the kind of barbarian that also speaks to animals.
It doesn't mean that you do it.
Yeah. So
Wait a minute, you lose one level of exhaustion every long rest.
Yeah.
So we're down to 3 at this point.
So yes, I am rolling with disadvantage.
Yeah.
But you are under no exhaustion whatsoever.
Oh, that's a sexy 11 to recognize.
You see a boar acting really strangely, but you don't understand what it's.
I kick the table and run around freaking out.
Oh, fuck it. I see Hildy slowly waking up, so I'm like, oh, fine, I'll calm down for a second. Just give me a minute.
I'm trotting out at this point because I'm realizing that this is not doing anything.
And I use the druid shit to cast Speak with Animals as opposed to barbarian shit.
I like how that's not even the first move that you make in that situation. It takes you it's a pig.
Well, she just woke up. She just woke up. So
Clearly trying to get your attention.
Yes, I'll also be out very agitated.
all right, so the two of you come, Josiini and Hal come out of the outbuilding. Just as you guys come out, you're casting. Is it ritual or just regular?
Ritual.
Okay,
I'm not burning a spell slot.
Okay, so
We're 3 little pigs.
so you're taking your
So
time.
I'm sorry that you said that because as soon as I'm out there and I see Kirke.
No, you don't see Kirke.
Oh, we don't see Kirke.
No, she's not out there. You see Hildy. She's at the table, presumably waking up at this point.
I'll pat him on the head.
Oh, you'll be fine in a little bit.
Pat on the head. He's here on you. He's a boar.
I'm small.
He's a big.
Small boar? I thought we were normal size.
You are normal.
Yeah, which
But
is
he
like
said, but he
regular
said you
boar.
saw a small one.
Yes, small compared to them. Those are big as
big
yours.
man size.
Hildy's tall though.
Mm-hmm.
6 feet tall.
6'6".
Those things are 4.5 on their shoulders.
Yeah, they're big creatures.
What boar have you ever killed with 4?
4.5 feet at the shoulders?
I'd say 4 feet maybe.
Well, no, the ones I've
No, sir.
No.
are closer to about
I've seen some big fucking boars.
2.5 or 3, but
Mr.
Yeah,
I
maybe
slit
2.5.
boars' throats for fun would know better.
Yes,
I didn't
mine's
say it
gonna
was
pull
for
up a
fun.
Picture for
Well,
you.
2.1 to 4.1 feet.
I read up to 3 feet at the shoulder.
yeah. Well, needless to
Yeah,
say, they're
adult and
man-sized.
shoulder.
They're considered man-sized creatures. They
Adults.
are quite large in real life.
Do you appreciate the irony of them arguing
But the giant ones
bigger
are
boar?
much bigger.
I know I'm a smaller boy.
So all of you kind of converge there in the around the table, presumably in the courtyard. Kirke has not emerged from her building yet. There are larger giant boar that are kind of sitting close to her, the door of her house. What are you guys doing?
So does Kirke need you, or does Kirke need us, or something? I say once I finally stop, ritual casting.
Oh no, that's one of ours.
I'm sorry. What?
So now you are able to communicate.
Yes, I
With
say
any
the
of them that are
floor
nearby.
to the emo-looking one. So what? Does Kirke need us for something, or are you just like Dakir now?
What the fuck is going on? I am a boar!
Why am I a boar?
So, biggest boar I've ever taken, he was 310 pounds, nowhere near 4 feet at the shoulder.
Okay.
They're like,
I've seen bigger boars.
they're like this tall.
I've never killed one, but I've seen
Never.
That side-eye might just be precious.
So,
I'm sorry, what? What?
Where?
No.
Kiva, where is the witch? And we can't understand each other, so this is even funnier.
Find her and Josiini and kill her.
Kiva, where's the horse?
Hildy?
I didn't do it.
I do remember your dreams last night, which is, oh god, that's the
our
sense I
dreams
never
last
wanted
night.
to hurt.
Fuck your dreams. We're pigs, or I'm a pig.
We know he's a pig. We saw his dream.
You talked to her last.
Who?
Wait, did you kill her sister?
Oh, yeah.
no, you don't know that. He was asleep when you went to sleep.
Yeah, but we...
Oh, yeah,
like,
but you did see
we
the
did-
dream
we
sequence,
did
so you
see
know
her
that they were...
dream-walking with them.
Yep, that's right. So,
What are you saying?
Do you know what happened to make them pigs?
Oh, yeah. So, she turns people into pigs and then makes pork stew. And if you toasted with her special wine or you ate pork stew, she turned you into a pig.
Did I just eat person last night?
Well, yeah. But not anymore. It's a pig now.
Do we understand?
I'm running at it.
you
I
understand this?
I am running at Hildy and I'm headbutting her.
you all
running for the
understand what
door.
you're saying, yeah.
I'm running at Hildy and headbutting her. What's my modifier to do?
Oh, just as a regular board?
Not a disadvantage.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
You're still under 3... No, you're not under any exhaustion. So... You're attacking her with a charge, basically?
Yeah. Because Howl's now fucking pissed.
Okay.
Why? I didn't do it.
Because Howl just heard you explain what happened and you did nothing to stop it.
I was asleep.
I'm a boar!
You shouldn't have eaten people.
Okay, so plus 3 attack.
Plus 3, that's a 15. Or
No.
12 hit you.
No, you hit the chair. So Hildy will climb up on the table and she's like,
I didn't do it.
Can I recognize if any of the other boar are my crew members or anything?
You can understand what Kiva and Hildy are saying, but you don't understand what
The other boar.
the other...
All right.
Oh, no.
I'm charging the
Gather
door.
round.
I start shouting around. What was the kid's name? What was the kid's
Oh god,
name?
Sir
Sebule?
Sebule.
I just start shouting Sebule just to see if he's another one of the boars around here. Because presumably, they're all pigs now.
Presumably. Shouting Sebule doesn't draw the attention of...
Okay,
boars.
come here, all of you. All right, so I'm guessing you guys gathered around the table are my friends. So,
They are. They're chatting.
okay, so Howl and Dakir, you're gonna get turned back into people. I guess.
Yeah, we better fucking be turned back into people. Hildy, God, you let this happen!
Howl's upset.
You didn't even wake us up!
Tell him,
Why just Howl and Dakir?
tell him I was sleeping.
He hears you. I just
Oh.
think you don't hear him.
Why?
I can hear her telling her
Why
that.
just Howl and Dakir?
Whichever one of you is Josiini, you're probably gonna be a pig forever.
What? What?
I didn't have that much pull, and she's like, pick which one of your friends, but some of them have to stay a pig, and I don't know you
I'm
as well as
charging
the
the door.
others.
I'm charging Kirke's door.
I'm gonna
Well, there
take-
are
I'm gonna take
giant
the
boars
rest
standing in front of it.
I'm up on the table.
Okay, let me set that up.
No, you don't. I imagine it's gonna be hilariously bad.
Well, no, I just so that we have an accurate
Yeah.
understanding of where...
So, she's gonna turn you back into people, and then she's gonna send us to Port Francis, but we kind of have to fight a guardian monster.
Wait, here we go. We're going to teleport again and fight a guardian again.
I thought we learned that lesson. That's why we took the fucking boat.
Well,
That's what I'm saying, Kiva.
well, it's either that or stay a pig.
Why am I staying a pig?
And I asked her if she knew anything about your husband.
That was very thoughtful of you.
Well, I'm a thoughtful person.
Yeah, she's so thoughtful. She didn't even think to wake us up.
And
I'll be honest, I don't think she was awake for that
she
part.
said she didn't know
She
anything.
probably was, knowing how she knows the explanation.
You're rushing at the boar?
I'm trying to go past them to the door to break it.
So more of a grapple as you're trying to push past.
10.
Okay.
Why does it pull up wild horse?
Well, actually, yeah. I need to use the boar stat. I have it up already. 11.
Okay.
Whichever one is Josiini, I did ask her not to eat you.
Okay.
So,
You run full force into the boar. There's two of them standing there. There's one in the doorway, but not really, like further behind, actually, inside with her. You kind of feel like you're slipping by the first one and get caught, between the two massive giant boar that see you charging toward it. How aware they are of what you are, you don't know. But they stop you in your tracks. And then something takes place. As you hit them, they feel different. They don't feel like, they feel like the heavy, massive boar that you see, but there's something more rigid and sharp about them. What are you doing after you kind of just slam into
I
them?
imagine I'm just kicking up dirt as I'm trying to...
So as you're doing that,
stop, don't.
as you're doing that, you see them not so much transform, but seem to drop the veil.
They unfold like flesh golems.
Boy.
Uh-oh.
Flesh golem pigs. That's a new one.
I tried to tell you. Don't fight.
Well,
This guy's still inside.
Tell her we're not leaving anyone behind.
And they're replaced by these
Oh no.
massive snarling creatures. They're not moving at this point. They're like... And you can see that they almost look partially humanoid in a way, but still in that, that great hulk of a boar, as if somehow they've been corrupted in a strange fashion. And as they begin to change, you hear Kirke's excited voice from inside. Sacred, do not harm them. Purik, stay where you are.
Owl and Decare, just wait.
And they just kind of stand there snarling, just snarling and growling, almost expecting another attack.
I'm backing away from them, but...
Well, I'm gonna give him another attack.
Okay.
valid. You are trapped.
Kiva, tell Pakir to come back here.
Here.
Good roll your attack. You're rolling attack at you're charging presumably at a +3.
Okay, so I'm at.
Are you charging just one of them?
I'm just going straight up the center. I'm going for the witch.
Oh, you're trying to get through between them. Okay, so basically that's more of a
+3.
grapple. And in that case, you're rolling in athletics +1.
That's a dirty 20.
Do you use any of your level stats, or no? Just the board. Just the board.
Nope, not at all. So you just like what he did. You're just trying to get through inside.
Yep.
Okay. Dirty 20.
Yep.
Holy crap. They did awful. You managed to push your way through. And it's just like an unexpected movement that just sends you through between the two and up the stairs. What you find up the stairs is another boar, but not in this state, but a giant boar, and then Kirke standing behind it as if she'd just gotten out of bed. You can continue your rush forward, but you've taken your action. And so that'll bring you into the house, basically continuing your charge if you want.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
So then you're faced with this giant boar that's kind of startled that you got through these awful creatures. Kirke, roll initiative.
Everybody, right?
Whoever wants to.
Yeah, I'll roll.
Why are you rolling initiative? You're outside.
Just in case.
I'm not doing shit.
I'm rolling initiative just in case something happens.
Absolutely livid right now. And I can't even use it to my
What did
advantage.
you roll, Josiini?
6.
6, okay. Anybody else in initiative?
13.
I rolled a 14, just in case.
Okay.
You know what? Ooh.
Oh.
I rolled an 18. I'm just sitting in there. I'm gonna skip turn until I say otherwise.
Hildy is trying to tell people not to.
Okay, so, yeah. All right. Kirke rolled a natural 20. And
How big is a cone of cold?
Hey.
I hope that she just uses what is it called? Power word kill, and then we have to wait a day for her to recharge her 9th level spell slot to get out of here.
It's gonna be really awkward.
She's just like,
I think we're reacting appropriately, being told that one of our allies
I
is being
100%
left here to be
agree.
eaten.
Probably.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is
And then Pig, I'm
And-
just
and I
screaming,
did
what did
say-
you do with my
I asked-
family? What did you do with my
I asked her
family?
not to eat Josiini. So,
I think that it's a very in-character thing for you to do.
I gotta get the boar.
but yeah, you guys
and the giant
being
boar
upset
initiative
probably makes
too,
sense.
Plus those other ones.
Us being dumb is our own prerogative.
Okay, let me.
If only somebody had said, strangers will try to poison you. Don't eat or drink their shit.
If I had passed that.
Goldilocks. Okay. Alright, so I got everything on this side. Initiative. Kirke's still on top. And
I have learned not to accept hospitality.
Yeah. I'm going to prepare all my own food from now on.
I'm
This
just gonna
long.
kill anybody that we bring along with us from now.
I just won't. I have good berries. Why do I need to eat
Strangers
other people's
on
food?
site.
That's a very good.
all strangers
Why
die
do any of us
immediately.
need to eat other people's food?
How's just gonna be a murder hope? Every time I trust somebody, it blows up in my face.
So,
What do you mean? I've brought you back.
Yeah, it's blown up in my face.
How's that blown up in your face?
Because we're
I've
losing
saved
a good
you.
friend of ours.
We've only known her like a week.
I've only known you for like 3.
But I promised you a puppy.
A few times.
Yeah, I don't want whatever sick, twisted fucking animal you're gonna give to me.
I was gonna find you a nice
You're
puppy.
gonna give me a displacer beast.
I'll be honest, that would have been cool.
Yeah, it would be cool until it's ripping my face out.
She did give you Captain.
She
Well,
That
she's
is-
gonna. Yeah.
That is your.
you hear her shout, enough!
Oh yeah, about that.
Hold it down. And
Kirke, they're very upset.
it's your own damn fault.
I told them what happened.
Oh, yeah. I could never do that at this point. Let's see.
Oh, you're not cast in murder?
Power
Well,
word
I mean,
kill.
we may get
Think
there.
we're dead.
We may get there.
Cast power word stun.
Okay,
9th
so
level, because fuck you.
yeah, so she's holding her action at this point. The next one with a 19 is the giant boar standing immediately in front of her, and it's going to attempt to essentially grapple Josiini as a boar, and he rolls a. So as a contested athletics, he rolls a 21. So you will have to roll an athletics with a +1.
You need a nat
Needs
20.
to tie.
Otherwise you'd be restrained.
Nope. That's 7.
So the giant boar in its initiative round right next immediately just almost smothers you, just basically holding you down, much larger than you are, not allowing you to progress any further. So, Hal, you're next in the initiative if you choose to take it.
Kiva, make her stop. And that's my turn.
Josiini!
Oh, is
This
that
won't
just,
help!
is that Josiini?
Josiini's the one who charged up, Dakir's the one who's backing away, and Hal's the one who's growling.
Oh,
A boar growling.
I said make her stop, not have a fucking conversation.
Oh, you
I mean, Howl is so pissed.
I can explain if
She
you guys.
killed my family. Where's my family?
Well,
Yeah.
Where are my girls?
we don't know
That's
she
a
killed
valid
them.
fucking point.
We don't know she killed them.
No, we're...
Oh, that
I can explain if
my
you stop.
words. I'm done.
Okay, so currently you are grappled and basically held. Are you doing anything?
I'll just get up on the table and like an angry chihuahua just yipping. It's like, you tell her we're not leaving her here. We're all leaving together. Fix us now.
Okay, so the strange boar creatures are heeding her order and just kind of holding their attack for whatever might come. And Hildy.
I'm trying to get everybody to calm
Okay,
down
so
and
let's-
listen.
Do you want to continue to try and break the grapple?
I'll wait for now.
Okay, so we'll come out of initiative for the moment. Kirke is standing where she is, behind the great boar, kind of calling out, "Enough is enough! I will bring them all back to their former states. We cannot have this. Strife, you have a very important job to do. Do we have an understanding?" She's speaking to you, but she's speaking out of her home, just yelling.
Yes, I remember the rules.
Rules? Oh, did you say that just to your head? Or
No, I was saying that to her.
Okay, cool. Then I heard nothing.
So, if this little one will relax, I will bring you all back.
All right, Josiini, stop.
You can understand. The giant boar that's holding you down releases you, but watches carefully.
I'll stand up but also be watching carefully.
Okay, and it kind of like nudges you out, toward the door if you're willing to go.
I'll go back out with
Okay.
Dakir and Howl.
I had your back, Captain. You cannot.
Right, so as they all emerge from the building, the other larger boar kind of rushing in defensively, and these other ones not changing their form at all. Kirke, where's the other one? Yeah, so just kind of defensively around her.
You see what I have to deal with.
I understand, and I would like you to, as much as I've enjoyed you as my guest, I would like to get this done. And for you to leave as soon as possible.
That would be nice.
So we
I
have an
understand what
arrangement.
they're saying,
Yeah, you understand.
but only Kiva can understand me.
The only ones that can't understand each other are the three of us.
Yeah, you guys, you three of you that are boars can't understand each other, but you can understand the people speaking because remember, it's
People can
your
understand
brain,
everybody.
your brain in the
Their
pig's
body.
body. Yeah, so you just can't communicate.
Tell her I'm not leaving without my girls. What happened to my family?
Well, I have but 2 questions. If you'd be willing to answer.
I'm willing to answer. Just kind of
The
mimics you.
The centaurs, the children, are they boars on this island?
I have none of your crew as my servants. None of them came ashore, only you.
So no centaurs then? And no
I have no centaurs, I have no crew. I think it was clear in the dreams what happened to all of them. If you were to believe them,
Green so much.
I don't
They
know
show
why
us
nobody
riddles.
listens to me.
she's clearly getting annoyed at this point. But
Yes.
Thank-
but yeah, it's up to you whether or not you believe her.
Oh, I thank you for staying your hand.
I have an agreement with my friend Hildy here. So, I'm going to, unless you have more questions, I'm going to do what I promised to do.
Just
Show
let
me the
it
way out.
go, Kiva.
Of course.
Hildegard was willing to let one of us go just as easy.
This is going to be fun.
I let it go today. I let it go tomorrow. I'll let it go till we leave.
Well, we're going to be leaving as soon as you guys stop your belly aching.
They're boars. They're our friends.
We can't understand you.
Yeah.
I just give you a look.
Yeah, yeah. You have 3 boar heads simultaneously turned towards you.
Okay.
And keep
Ice, yeah. Ice, ice stand down, but I am giving you the same look as 3 pigs.
All right. You can be mad.
Now it's time
I'm
for
not
trust.
mad.
The boar kind of clear out at her command a little bit, just giving her a wider perimeter. And she takes this glittering chalk that kind of, you can see the trails run. And she pulls it out of her pouch and these trails run off it. And she begins to carefully draw this 10-foot diameter circle around her and different patterns and ruins and symbols and so forth, and she steps out. I won't have the energy to do that after I take care of the rest of you. But here is our trust exercise. Kiva and Hildy, I need you to go through the teleport circle first. Once I prepare it, then I will transform the other 3 and they will follow after. That way I'm guaranteed my safety and that you will not turn on me once I am not capable of defending myself.
I know you don't like the idea, Kiva, and I hate teleporting more than the rest of you. But if she wanted to kill us, we'd all be dead. If she could turn you into a pig, she could kill you very easily. You can be mad at me later when you've got legs again. Well, you've got 4. Well, you always had 4 legs, but when you're people again.
And what reason has she to keep her word?
The fact that she'll have to deal with them like this till she eats them.
I really hate that that's a compelling argument. Yeah.
Okay, we'll go first. You
I'll
guys
see you on the other side.
follow us.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
I can talk to you in a moment.
Yeah, you can.
I don't trust it, but I don't think we have a choice because we have great power.
Stand in the circle, all of you. Mm-hmm. And the boar move away, and she moves behind the boar. Do you stand in the circle?
Yeah, sure. What's the worst that could possibly happen?
Okay. Okay. So you watch. I got to get this in the right order. You watch as she. I better put this down.
Why?
You guys might get a little
Antsy.
wonky on this,
No one's getting frisky.
Oh gosh.
so I want to make sure that we don't have any disagreements as to exactly what's taking place.
She's the one that put us in this position.
In
I
case.
don't know why y'all are mad at Hildy. There's a DM that did this.
Instantly, no hesitation. Now you can have.
You gave up a party member and explained it to us.
First of all,
She
Not
hasn't
for
even
nothing.
told you that Kevin
Josiini-
was getting left behind.
although we love Spencer and I love her even more than the rest of you, Josiini is an NPC. Fuck the NPCs. Just like your baby centaurs.
No.
They're all shark bait now.
They're characters in a living world. Josiini saved us a number of times.
I mean, I tried to go out in a blaze of glory, but
You did. That was awesome.
Yeah, I
was a
did
good try.
appreciate that. I kind of hope that you would die.
Yeah.
I
thought it was going to go that way.
I'm okay with Josiini dying here. I just think it's fucking wild that it's Mike's choice whether or not that happens.
Hang on.
I think that's fucking wild.
Keep in mind, Hildy was told, I can't bring all of your friends back. Pick.
Well, she's
Did she say that?
Yeah.
Is that Well, apparently she can fucking do it.
Well, now she
You're
can.
just lucky she picked more than one. Or
Yeah.
She also told us the food was safe to eat. So, I mean, how much of what she says is true?
Well, I'm just saying,
We're about to
when
find
she
out.
told that to Hildy,
That's true,
I
too.
picked your character, so y'all can be mad later.
Remember, this is epilogue content.
This is, it's what alignment would we be if we'd be like, yeah, you can keep that party member that we've been traveling?
Neutral good.
Is that your alignment?
That would be the alignment that allows
I don't
I
buy
think a
that
few
shit.
boxes got checked.
I don't fucking buy that one at all, Big D.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. The few being an NPC.
Damn, that's your girlfriend, man.
I'm
so
true
this is what
neutral,
happens.
and I was willing to go with that. That's
He's just
As you gather in the circle, you see her focus internally, and as she quiets, she speaks to herself. You see her lips moving, not able to comprehend what she's saying, and then she collapses. The boar immediately gather around her and help lift her up. She seems exhausted. In 1 minute, all of you will be back in the way that you started, the state that you came. And she begins to cast the Dwarmer for the circle. So you don't actually have to be standing inside the circle if you don't want to, but as the portal emerges, you're still bored. The portal emerges, brightens up. Go through now, for as long as I can hold it. And
Hildy will step through.
you have
Leave, Kevin.
a way through. You choose to trust her.
and we will transform back once we go through the portal.
She said in
That's
1
what I
minute you'd be back to normal.
I just want to make sure we don't have to be around
Here.
her for a minute.
We should talk about it longer. You fucking bore. Nobody can understand what you're saying.
Where's Kevin?
You're talking to
Yeah.
the other ones.
Where is
Wait,
Kevin?
where did
right
Kevin
now?
go?
He's on the table.
He's on the table.
Do you shout?
Fuck. Kiva! Kiva, can you just grab the fucking box?
I've only got a
That's
minute.
Yup.
Whoa.
And how like very straightly is like, can you just grab the fucking box, please?
Fuck!
You don't have time.
It's too late.
Kid, yeah, okay.
No,
One
you have a
second,
minute
I have
till
to-
you come back.
I'm gonna stand up now so that way I actually can see this
Sure.
fucking map. Oh, I'm all the way over
Just let
there.
it go.
You're not going to tell her she can't have Kevin?
1 second, I'm going to just check to see what
Help.
spells I have.
You know what? Just fuck fuck
Hildy,
it at this point.
Hildy already went through. She doesn't know.
I'm aware.
Oh, did you already go? You just were like, see you later, peace out?
She said she's trying to hold the portal open. So yeah. You guys are coming back in 1 minute. That's what we were told.
Yep.
I'm waiting for it. I was told Kiva has to go through first. So
Actually, she said all of you go through.
Yeah, she kind of amended that,
for?
and she put a timer
Oh,
on
she-
it.
okay.
Yeah, she put a timer on it. When she amended that a little bit. By the way,
Yeah.
she responded to you was real
yeah.
because she can communicate with you.
Oh, I thought that was
Yeah.
you.
No.
I figured she
She's
Yeah, yeah,
she's
no,
exhausted. She's tired. She's
Sorry,
you can tell she's angry. You know, she's like getting to a point that
I
Let her-
can't. Yeah, I can't reach the box without in the right amount of time. Hey,
How long do we have before the portal closes?
We don't
she's
know.
holding it
don't
open.
know.
She's holding it open.
Fuck it.
And she's just saying, you know, she just
I'm just. If Kiva decides,
second.
well, hold on. If Kiva decides that she doesn't feel there's enough time, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm
I'm just a
well, hold
little
on.
flabbergasted.
You basically communicated with her
Yeah.
that you wanted her to get the box.
Yeah.
And fortunately for you, Kirke can communicate with Boar. So she would have heard this.
Yeah.
If she responds to it, which in her, as you're kind of like teetering, not sure what to do, she'd probably get frustrated at that point because
Yeah.
she's exhausted. Grab the fucking box and get out.
I accept. Run, girl.
The board just kind of like standing passively at this point. You know,
How much time has passed at this
Oh,
point?
a few
grab-
seconds.
A few seconds?
Yeah, well, I run up, grab the box, and then jump through the portal.
Out
Okay.
of character, I was hoping that box would get left behind. So
I understand that.
It was supposed to, I believe.
I like howl. That's
Well,
fine.
Hildy didn't tell us that was the plan.
And I'm out.
Okay, so you guys are boom, 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 going through.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I want to make sure I'm the last one. And
Okay.
I just want to say thank you to Sigrid. If I ever see you again, I hope we can be friends. And I'm going through the portal.
The portal shuts, and you find yourself in a dark room. 3 boar, Kiva, and Hildy, in a dark shape, much larger than any of you,
Yeah.
be looming over, comes forward, and that's what we're going to pick up next week.
You better transform quick.
Yeah.
You can still see the glowing outline of the teleportation circle on this side.
My God.
And by the way, just for your edification, she has lost the wish spell forever.
Oh.
She rolled a 33.
That's karma, bitch.
Oh!
She doesn't know it yet.
How often has she casted that fucking thing?
Well, no,
Percentage.
there's a
Every time you
33%
cast.
chance. Yeah, and she
Well,
rolled
I thought it was a
33.
percentage after you go outside the bounds of the spell
It is.
itself.
This was
Yeah.
clearly-
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Damn.
So,
Is it 33% off the bat?
Mhm. Every time you go out of the bounds of the spell, there's a 33. It doesn't.
Damn.
It's,
yeah, which is really, 5e, I guess, has got really looked
They
at it
were
as
tired
very
of people
specific.
using wish.
Right, and, well, DMs can control it, but...
Yeah. Well,
So-
it's a good thing that Hildy may have agreed to never come back, but if Kiva's alive at the end of this story,
I will go back with you.
yeah, we're gonna
Fuck
have
her.
a bit of fun.
All I'm saying is bring your boar stats next time, because you might need them for a couple of rounds. So let's see what happens. Been a great session, very revealing. A lot to process.
I got
Yep.
backstory notes on everybody.
And we'll see y'all next week. Thank you very much for joining us.
Adios.
Ta-ta.
All right.
Wow.